Okay, I need to take that back. Out here. All right, notification that I'm live. So this way people can see that. All right. I hope everyone is doing well. Now, with these two, I'm only doing two. I got two left. I have two on Etsy. That reminds me, I should have put that up. Human, it's from, let's see, 15 each week. All right. Oh my god, a security code? Oh my gosh. All right, give me one moment as I'm sorting this stuff out. The hands sew the legs. So it's like the previous one. We're going to get these two finished up, and I'm also going to paint the face. I'm trying to find the link for the two dolls I think I listed on Etsy. Okay, now go back. I'm trying to... That is my air unit. I turned it off. Okay, why would it remove that? I don't have anything like that. Also, all clear. Okay, so that's nothing wrong there. Um, oh, there it is, active. Okay, there they are. How do I pull these up? Okay, so on Etsy, if you look up Purple Plaid Doll 1, and you can also look up Purple Plaid Doll 2, you will see the two dolls that I have listed from this. There it is. Okay, if you want Etsy, okay, there we go. Copy, and there's nowhere to comment it. Let me see. Can I edit this and put it in there? Edit video. Okay, I'm coming. Hold on. All right. So in the description of this video, there we go. Paste. Save. Okay. I have the link to the Etsy listing. So I just added it into the description of this video. So that way you can see the $2 I have available on Etsy. Okay, go back to here. Perfect. Yep, it's in the description of this live. Don't worry, even I have to look at commercials when I'm doing stuff with my own things. So I had to do stuff with some older videos from way back when. Okay, refresh as well. Okay, here we go. I am going to do a few holiday dolls. I have light skin and darker skin tones. I'm only going to be doing two or four of each. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a video and update that deals with health stuff. I will do that on a more one-on-one type video with stuff coming up. Okay, great. So my Etsy listing is in the description here. I have $2 available that are completed, similar to this. And these are the last two for the purple and plaid. I do have pink and plaid, but before I even work on those, I'm going to do the holiday dolls first. But I need to finish these here, two dolls, and then I'm going to start. I'm going to change the pattern. I'm going to make the dolls a little bit shorter, so you can see it's nice and firm. And I'm going to change the pattern where the legs will be. I'm going to redesign the legs on the next dolls where they're a little bit shorter and maybe a little more petite from the sides, things like that. So I'm going to be designing another pattern for the holiday type cloth dolls I'm making. So I didn't get a chance to do the Halloween due to family stuff. I spent the week, most of this week I was at my mom's. I had to go see my doctor. So again, like I said, that'll be a different video where I would discuss some personal stuff that is affecting me and my channel. Okay, there we go. That's more than enough. That looks great. Perfect. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get her legs stuffed and the arms. Then I will sew the legs onto the bodies, hand sew them. And the arms as well. Reminds me, I have put more buttons. Where do I put stuff? Looks like a lot of stuff there, but I put quite a lot of stuffing into the dolls I make. That's why I do micro stitching. Yeah. and firm. Okay, there we got the legs. These are a perfect match. And just a little more. Okay. Now again, I do have two available that are finished on Etsy, and the link is in the description of this live video. So if you go to the description, you will find the link to the two dolls that are available and ready. Start at this end. Okay, now the other leg. I'm going to flip this over the other way like that. And now I'm going to sew this direction. Do not disturb. I don't need emails coming in while I'm doing this. It's distracting. That's why when I'm live, I disable comments so I can focus on what I'm doing without distraction. Okay, so now I'm going to close this up. I need some air. Give me 1 moment. I'm making a little homemade chicken stew. So tonight's live may be split into 2 videos so I can charge up my phone. But in the meantime, I'm going to focus on stuffing and attaching the arms and legs to this body and the other one and the head. And then after that, I will end the live, charge up my phone, and do the faces. The faces and hair would be next. Okay. need to cut that. I just thought about it. Okay, because we will be attaching the arms. So, there. Which reminds me, I need to go ahead and we're going to leave her arms straight. I think I might have to, I should have stuffed her arms at first. Let me grab my other pair of steps, and the buttons. I had to get new buttons because I forgot where I put my whole bag of other buttons. Here we go. So I got these instead. I thought it would give it a more homey feel. While I'm at it, I will share with you what's to come for my next batch. I will be doing for the Christmas holiday season. I found a beautiful brown skin tone, so I'll be able to do two skin tones. We have this and we have this. And little red bows to go at the top part of the doll's dress, like here, and also one to go in the hair. And she will also have one of these, each doll will have one of these little wooden gingerbreads. And both versions of the doll will have white shimmer yarn hair. So that's a sneak peek of what's coming for our Christmas dolls. And again, I'm probably only going to be able to do maybe 2 or 3 of each skin tone. Okay. Again, in the description, I do have 2 dolls available on Etsy, and they are in, the link is in the description here on, in this video. So I try to give a more 3D sort of angle. It's not where it's like a flat, you know, doll where she's got full volume all the way around. So I'm doing 2 different arms. These arms, this will be a straight arm, and the other arm is sewn where it bends like this. So the other arm is like this. So you have an option. Some people like the straight look. Either way, I'm going to be using these beautiful buttons. These are wood. I'm not going to paint them. I'm going to keep them the organic wooden color that they are. I really like that. Like I said, it gives it a very organic look and feel. That's what I like about doing homemade dolls. Again, I mean, this is what I was doing before I was before I was doing YouTube. And when I started YouTube, I was doing this, but not on YouTube. I was doing it, I was still taking doll making classes and going to seminars with sewing techniques and doll making, designing. Over this past week while I was away, My stepfather had to have a hip replacement, and so I was with him and my mom pretty much throughout the entire week. And while we were at the hospital, I got to meet this really cool young lady, and we were talking about books we were reading. And so now I realize I have to get Jessica Simpson's memoir book. I know. So I will be looking for that on Amazon. And it was nice. I really enjoyed my conversation with her. It was really cool. But also talking about things with YouTube and how things can go okay, how things can go wrong, and all the everything in between. Okay. I did take my backpack. I had my backpack with me with all of my backpack bee charms and everything that I got from Doreen at These Carries Dolls and Toys. By the way, she will be going live tonight at 7 p.m. on Whatnot. You can find the link to her Whatnot shop in my post. So if you see my new short that I posted today, you can check that. Look at that arm. You can check that out today. So see, very realistic, sort of like, almost human-like shape and things like that. And so her arm would be go on here. It's gonna look cute 'cause she's got a little ruffle on top and all that kind of stuff. All right, let's go ahead and get the other arm done. Okay, I need to move this over there. It's not coming out. Right. So I'm going to need that. I'm going to set this up with a different needle. I have plenty. I'm looking for a thin one. Okay, this will work. Her arm, it just flung right into my stuffing. Okay. So to be able to do this at such a fast pace I do, that's what comes with experience. Just letting you know is experience of sewing, knowing how to sew, and doing this for so long. It's like walking or riding a bicycle. Once you start, it's always there. All right, start with a double knot. Okay. Okay, press and pull at the same time. Press with this thumb and I pull the string at the same time. Now we have closure. And I run my needle all the way back through here. It's just sliding right out of my hands. Okay. All right, now I'm doing a double knot. And now a single knot, tie it. Okay. Now I'm gonna run it up to the side here like this. There. So when I cut it, it just pops inside. I rub it, there, it's gone. Okay. I saw your message, Paris. Okay. So she will have a very cute, nice, straight arm. Well, one of these will. I'm doing a single double knot there. I show my technique and how I make my dolls because they are meant to be enjoyed. I'm not making, I don't make dolls where you can just, where they're strictly limited, where you can't really enjoy them or have fun with them. No, I use a thicker cotton, a nice medium cotton fabric that's thicker where it can be cleaned with fabric cleaner and a sponge. Um, my dolls are meant for anyone and everyone, and they're meant to be, they're designed to be enjoyed. So you can either set them up for looks or you can travel with them, take them with you. They're meant for people of all ages again, where you can play and just have a doll to drag around and take around for comfort or for whatever. And please note, all of the materials I use are non-toxic. And again, it's why I show how I do what I do. It's a hobby, but with these particular dolls, I'm making some available so that I can, continue buying fabric and stuffing and things like that. So it's really non-profit. Okay. There, nice and sealed. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get these two arms onto this particular body. All right, I'm gonna come over this way and I'm going to take my thread in and bring it up through here. And it doesn't matter what side the arm I use, they both look just as equally good. Oh, but I do have to open up my buttons. I cannot figure out what I did with my other buttons. Well, regardless, I do like these. I like the wooden buttons. They're really pretty. I like the coloring and everything. So, yeah. Oh, I love the size. Oh, it's perfect. The size is perfect. Okay, we're going to take that in right there, and now we're going to go through to this side. Okay. Now I'm going to run this through here. Where is it gonna come out? Oh, it's, oh, perfect, right there. Awesome, got it through. Okay, now let's get this nice and tight. Okay, the arms are attached. Perfect. Okay, give a little, let it give a little more. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to tie it. I'm going to start with a double knot. That way it will prevent the string from getting loose. There we go. Oops, that's a little too tight. There we go. Want it to blend, you know, so that the doll's arms, you know, connect with the body in a nice proportionate way. I mean, it is a homemade doll. All right, I'm going to do another single knot. We started with the double. Now we did two singles, and she is got her arms attached permanently. Okay. Now set that over there. Move these little strings up from here. And I'm going to touch this up with just a little. I always do this with the little knots to make sure that they don't come loose. So you don't have to worry about any of that ever happening. Okay. I'm using a gel so it doesn't spread or anything like a liquid. Okay, so now our doll, she's got her beautiful arms, she's got her legs attached. And of course, I will be painting her feet. We're going to give this here with some little straps going around here. I do have some lace. Oh my god, this is really cute. This is really cute. So I'm happy with the body shape and everything. Again, I don't know. I think I might keep this size. I think I'm going to let my holiday dolls be this size because I love this size. It's tall, but the slenderness of the rag doll, as you can see, it's very soft. It's very full and still, you know, soft. It's very huggable and things like that. So it's really cute for people of all ages. Again, it's just about providing something, you know, to give a comfort. A lot of people find comfort in dolls and things like that. I certainly do, and I know hundreds upon hundreds of people in the doll collecting community. I love the wooden buttons. The wooden buttons are great. The arms can lift up, they can come down, you know, and out and what have you, and you don't see the strings, so this works perfect. Okay, let me see the head. I make the neck super long because this much of the doll's neck is going inside the head. So in case you're wondering, why is the neck so long? Why does the neck look like that? That is so that it can go up inside into the doll's head because I'm gonna connect it up to here where she, you know, is permanently attached and things like that. I'm gonna have to have another box of stuffing to do the holiday dolls. It's where I did David's Cabbage Patch Kid. Oh, believe me, that girl took a lot of stuffing for me to redo her head so that she wasn't looking up at the ceiling, so she could be looking down forward and look straight. Uh, Once I'm done with these and then I do a few holiday dolls, I'm not going to make any for a while. I'm going to wait and see how they do. That way, if they do go to new homes, I can replenish on fabric and supplies. And I will focus more on downsizing my personal collection. can see, yes, it takes a lot of stuffing. But then again, I mean, I don't pack it. I put a lot of stuffing to make it nice and firm. I've noticed that since Mattel no longer makes, at this time, I haven't seen any of the best friend Barbie. I think she's like 28 inches or something, or 32. I really think an 18-inch Barbie coming back would be perfect size. Instead of the really big ones, you can get a nice 18-inch, like super 18-inch super size superstar Barbie. I think it would be wonderful to get one like that with a reproduction with bend and snap legs, some outfits, or a body that's fully articulated. I think that would be great. Hope everyone's having a nice evening at home. I hope everyone's doing well. And I just hope all is good. Alright, we are going to get this nice and firmly stuffed. I am my biggest critic. Oh, I love the shape of the face. Oh my god, this is pretty. See, she's got a nice this is nice, so I gotta put more over here. I like the way it's getting that fullness in there. Oh yes, this is pretty. Oh my god, I like the shape. This is a pretty head shape. Okay, perfect. Now, what was it I needed? Okay, there's the other head. This is my Cabbage Patch. We're going to be rerooting her. I painted her eyes yesterday, and this is going to be her hair. So I haven't did it yet. I had to let that set. I'm looking for my embroidery flaws. I'm very good at misplacing anything and everything. Yes, absolutely. That's another talent of mine. Alright, refresh that from my computer. Where is my wait, is it in my is it in my toolbox of supplies? I think it is. Okay. Let me sit that there for a moment. Pull this over there. I'm going to because I'm going to touch her head with the floss. Let's look down here. Do I see any? That reminds me, tomorrow I may need to I'll go ahead and get some more. Because it used to be super cheap. Now the prices definitely went up on everything. Okay, I don't see any in here. Which means where did I put it? Oh. No. This is my jaw making fabric. That's yarn. Okay, found it. Yes, I do not. Okay, got one. I have to use a fresh one. Okay. Alright, I'm going to get a third needle. And this is a doll making needle, so it's a really long needle. Okay, so as you can see, this needle is that long. The reason why I'm using this is because it is super thick and it's not going to break, so the doll's head is going to stay on for like as long as the doll can last. Alright, there. So what I will do is go ahead and practice putting our head on. Let me set that aside. Okay, so pop the doll's head into that hole. Perfect fit. See how nice that fits? You can barely see it. Then once it's fully attached, it'll be on like that. Perfect. That is going to look good. Oh my gosh, it's going to be fabulous. Alright, so now I'm going to take our head off. And so that's why I make the neck so long, because all of this goes inside the doll's head to keep it on and what have you. So I'm going to push this all the way through like that. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to actually go through her head first. So we're going to start up here at the top. And we are going to go through the neck right about here. Okay. So that'll be on like that. So I'm going to run it through again. The exact same spot like this. Okay. And now I'm going to run it back up through here and let it come up right about here. There we go. Now grab the string here so it can't go any further. And hold on, I have to get her properly seated. Okay, so now I can, let me see. I'm going to go ahead and do a double knot with all of this. Okay, I'm going to put her head up through here, and now I'm going to tie it pretty tightly. Perfect. And now I'm going to do a double knot, with this big needle. Again, you can buy these doll making needles at Walmart inside the store. Oh shit. Excuse me. Well, I'm trying to make sure it's on tight, which means I'm going to have to double this. Alright, I can do that. Dang, I thought that settled much tighter than that. Alright, I'm going to redo it, and I'm going to double it. Apparently, I forgot that I doubled it the last time. Okay, so now it's being doubled right there, which explains why all of it's about gone. This is upholstery thread, and it's nylon. The reason why I'm not using this, because it can rip through the fabric here. So that's why I'm going with this, because it's much thicker. But now I know I have to have it doubled. So that way it doesn't break. This is also what they use with when they're doing soft sculpture with Cabbage Patch Kids. Alright, back to here. The doll is stronger than this actual floss. Isn't that interesting? Which is good. Actually, I should be flattered. Okay. So now I'm putting the head in. Well, putting the neck into the doll's head. Now I'm going to do a double knot and bring it all the way down. Okay, there we go. Yep, that's it. Much better. Make sure that's in good. Perfect. She's got a nice size neck. Now I can double knot it. Now it won't come loose. So I'm going to do another knot. Perfect. And now it's done. So the head will not come off. And I'm using gel glue so it's not liquid and runny. And I'm going to put that on top of the knot. I'm not worried about how this looks because when I give her hair, you're not going to see that. Okay. And, okay, let me take this back. Come back up here some. All right. So here's my doll. Here, this one's completed. So she's got nice long legs. She's going to have a cute skirt. I also have some lace, some beautiful ruffle lace. So see the side of it, that's how the neck looks. That's how it looks from the side. So I'm going to give her face and hair, but I'm going to do that in part 2 of this video. Well, maybe I should go ahead and finish her. And then while the video, my phone's charging again, I will do the face and hair for the next video. Well, I can do that. Yeah, the next doll, I will put her together and everything like that. That sounds like a good plan. That's what I need. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move some of this stuff over because I'll be using it in a minute. I'm not going to be able to use that there for the other doll, of course. Okay, what was the piece that broke? That, okay, putting that over to the side because I can throw it away. All right, so I can put that down on the plate. And, okay, put this in there for now. Okay, I'm trying to clear out some stuff, get it out the way. Oh my god, yeah. Okay, so she's done. And I'm trying to debate. So I want to go ahead and paint her face. Actually, no. I'll do the video on painting the doll's face and doing hair. So that's what I'll do next. Okay, so I will set her aside. By the way, I already have another one that's done. This one, she has the little bendable arms. So I will need to give her a face as well. So it's kind of like a made-on bodysuit. So I can put her with her little sister down there, which reminds me I have to do body blushing, but I always do that when I am doing the paint work. So, here we go. Now, if I know you personally, you know how to contact me. If you want one of these, you can message me and let me know. But again, I mean, these will be fully dressed. So before I start sewing the legs on, and go ahead and try and stuff the neck as much as possible to get the fabric adjusted to the firmness of the stuffing. Again, I do have all comments turned off for the live. I don't want to, it's distracting, and I'm not trying to talk about anything personal. I'm not trying to talk about anything of a political standpoint. I'm just trying to keep it related to the topic of doll making. And this is for anyone and everyone. It gives me and all of us a break. All right. All right, girlie. Let's go ahead and get the leg stuff because we have to hand sew the legs on. And again, if you haven't seen me sewing, I do a micro stitch. Yeah, micro stitching is what I do when I'm sewing the dolls together. The reason why I do a micro stitch is so that it is an extremely the tightest stitch that I can possibly get when sewing and creating a doll. Yeah, all of that stuffing went into her foot. Well, hello, darling. Yes. These dolls make great stocking stuffers too. I think about my aunt, who was she was in a rest home for a long time due to dementia, and my cousin had got her this big life-size doll, rag doll, and it was well made, and I think they called him Tommy, I think, the doll, and they had him dressed in real, like kids' clothes and what have you. And she loved it. She slept with him. She took him everywhere. That doll was such a comfort to her. What are you? Stop that! Don't be biting on the table. And that's something I don't think a lot of people think about. Is that dolls were such a comfort to our family members who aren't able to care for themselves, and we can't care for them, and they're in a facility to get the care that they need. Dolls like this are such a comfort to them. to all of us, like me, with my anxiety. Oh my gosh, words cannot describe what living with that is like. I think dolls have never lost popularity because they're such a companion for people of all ages. There we go. Making sure, turn that one around. There we go. There it is. That's the right way. Okay, they are stuffed equally well. Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and put some stuffing in our head. Yes, I love you too, my little babushka. Don't ask me what that is. I don't know. I've been singing since I was a kid, so. Hello, pretty girl. Hello. Isn't it incredible how much stuffing each part of this doll takes? Oh my gosh. Seriously, it's like $20 of stuffing for each doll. A good $10 to $15 stuffing for each doll. And let me think, the fabric to make each doll is about, for the body, I want to say $6. And for the outfit and clothing, about 12. and then it adds up. Then you gotta have the special pins. Those are 10. And then the paint, and then the yarn. So, yeah, it costs about $35 to make one of these. $35 to $40 to make a doll. Then you have to have your skill. Well, skill is everything. Okay, we're filling our face out. So this is why I have to pack the neck all up in here to this way. None of this can come out. And it's stuck inside the doll's head. And my goal is to go all around the edges, to smooth out any wrinkles. So it's like super smooth and takes on a really nice shape. Okay, this side looks good. Now let's go around that side. You can see it takes a lot of stuffing. But this is also why I have to do a micro stitch. Okay, the head is done. This is a nice cute shape. So her face is being more square-like. The other one's more heart-like. So yeah, but it's nice and very well stuffed. And once the hair is on, you won't see the sides. So regardless, it'll be cute. Okay, so this leg. Mm-hmm. Alright, get this at the right angle. Let's see, what needle is that? How much thread? Okay, this one looks pretty good. Okay. There, that is knotted securely. Now this is upholstery thread and it is doubled. And because it's doubled, I know it's, no, the leg is, the only thing that would rip is the fabric if someone was pulling on it. So the legs are very securely attached to the body. As you can see, I'm doing a nice tight close stitch. And I always do this twice. I do it like this, and then I fold the legs over the other way, and it's double stitched. Okay, so you can see. All right. Now the leg, nope. Is that one it? Double checking. Yeah, it's that one like this. Okay. Okay, and with sewing. Okay, perfect. Okay. Now grab the other needle that's already threaded. Okay, perfect. So as you can see, that's going to be the front, but I'm about to switch it over now because I have to flip the legs and then sew it. once I get this tied. Yeah, what? Hold on a minute. Okay, I know you don't understand that word. She wants to get back in my lap, but I want to get this not sealed because this glue will irritate my cat quicker than it will me. Alright, so, and don't want to expose it. Okay, she got down. She's not trying to come up here for now. Okay, so now I'm going to switch this over like that. And there we go. I'm going to run this up through here. Perfect. So, there. When I do this, I don't touch the fabric. I only do the knot of the thread, so it's stuck forever. Okay, so here is the front of the doll. Well, so far we're going to restuff her body. Well, we're going to stuff the torso, which is this part of the body. Continue that. And then we will attach her arms. Oh, never mind. Before I even start with that, oh my gosh. I already see that I need to finish stuffing them and seal them up. So, that being said, I will use, nope, I might as well use the other needle because this one's shorter and the one I just had, it's a nice size because it's smaller. Um, it's like skinnier, it's longer, but it's skinnier. So for a needle that works really great with doing this type of closure on a homemade fashion doll, basically. Okay. Now, before I get started, let's go ahead and get these two arms stuffed up. Yeah, my small hemostats. Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. Okay, now the other side. All right, now that's done. Let's get this other one. Okay, I'm rolling that up tightly and pack it in. All right, because I'm going to do the stitch to make the arm be more slimmer up there, and then I can use my wooden buttons. Love the wooden buttons. When I got them, I looked and I was like, you know what? I really love the look and the texture. It's very smooth, but for me, wooden and cotton, when you deal with wood and cotton, like wooden buttons, and then with cotton, I love something that's organic like that. Okay, this is not organic, but I like it. All right, let me put that little boo over there. Little stinky booty. My moderator, now I have not seen the dolls here, but they're sold at like, I think she was in Target and or Walmart, I forgot, I think Target. And so they have these dolls, and they have they're like, they're called fugglers or something like that. And they're fugly. And they have like these resin or plastic teeth that look really realistic. And she squeezed them and they fart. And y'all know, that's perfect. I love that. And I can't find them here. So I haven't seen them yet. but I want one. And it works by motion sensory, so yeah, I want to be walking in the store and making that little thing go off. Alright, so I'm going to come over here and start, go in and out. Now I'm creating my stitch. I should have known that would be over there like that. Okay, pull this off. I'm going to bring it all the way over there because I don't want the arm to be too much bigger at the top. Okay. There we go. Now over here. All right. Oh yeah, perfect. Nice slender arm. Now pull that through and come through there. Bring it all the way up to this side. Okay. Okay. Now for this one. All right, press and pull. done. Oh my God. This thread just wants to grab everything. Mm, okay. Yeah. We'll play these songs like that. Okay. Mm, having to level. Perfect. Got it leveled out. Oh, I have to stuff the body first. That did not come out right. I have to stuff the body first. I swear. All right. Now the neck is fully stuffed. Now I'm going to work on the lower half of her body. Yeah, with all of this. And believe it or not, you'd be surprised at how little that gets done. Okay, move all that over there. Okay, now when you're sitting like this long, you get hot, then your veins start sweating because of the heat. I am about to burn. almost done with the body. I know it's a lot. It's a lot. It takes a lot for me to make one of my dolls like this size. It takes a lot for me to make one. But it's like I've always said, quality is important to me. It's everything. So I'm not trying to make a skimpy, flimsy doll. I'm going to make it right. It has to be something that I love and I enjoy because I do have one of my dolls on my backpack. She's attached and I showed her to you. Okay, so yeah, there she is. She's got her legs. She's got her, everything is nice and stuffed perfectly. Yes, love it. Now, it takes a lot to stuff them, but I can assure you it's still got some squish squish. So it's firm, but it's very well done. Okay, now let's close her up. As I progress, I'll probably get like little plastic beads to go into the bottom part of the dolls. Right now, I'm making them like this and just seeing what happens. Because, I mean, it would be nice to be able to do this as a hobby, but to keep up the hobby, you have to have way to pay for it, to buy the materials. So, yeah, I have fun doing it. I mean, that's why I posted my Etsy. I do have two dolls available on Etsy. So, and I did post a link in the description here. So hopefully those two girls can go to some nice homes and I can continue making some. Because, again, my next, I want to do some Christmas ones. Um, and see how I can progress at doing this.
Life is a mystery.
Okay, that was phone call from my mom. Checking in, see how I'm doing. Okay. All right. And that into there. Now with, I don't have to press and pull. All I had to do was pull and now it's closed. So there we go. Nice shape. So I'm going to come up through here and I'm going to tie it. But I'm also going to go ahead and prep her to do the arms. So I'm going to go ahead and also use this here to attach her arms. All right. 1, 2. Oh, I don't need to cut that. All right. So what I'm going to do now is come back in and I'm going to come out. Yeah, right there. And bend that. Okay. Put this on. Oh, and a button. I like the size. There's a nice thickness. It starts out small and gets thicker toward the middle. I love the smooth texture of the wooden buttons. Again, I just enjoy working with something organic when it comes to cotton and wood materials. I don't know. It's just me personally, I suppose. I just like working with stuff that's organic. Alright, so now I'm going to run this through the doll. Run it all the way through to the other side. all the way to the other side. Okay. Sorry, the doors popped in my head. 70s metal people. Rock, I think. Okay, I can handle that in a minute. Alright, so. There. And I'm going to okay, that'll work. Alright, so I'm going to run this through here again. Got it. Okay, and run it back through this here one. Okay. Perfect. Run that like that and there. Double checking everything. Okay, that's the back. This is the front. Okay, she looks great. That fits great. Okay, so now you can see how she's shaped. That works out perfectly. She's got the bending arm variant. Okay, and okay, that's perfect. And I'm gonna come back up through here again. There. Now I can tie it. All right. Okay. So there we go. She's got her arms and everything. Let's get all of this here closed out of the way. Oh my God, that looks really good. Really like it. Like I said, I love working with organic cotton and wood and things like that, especially buttons. Wood, you know, they're nice and smooth. They're thicker to this area, and I think that's cute. This looks good. So now the body has a nice shape. Again, I got my water there in the way. Okay, so here's her head. We're going to attach her head. So you can see the arms can bend and do straight. And I'm going to make her a cute skirt on all three of these. And we're going to have ruffles. We're going to have her cute and sweet. She's going to be country, you know. My dolls have a very homey country sense to them. I love the country, you know. Okay, so we'll come over this way. We're going to come down, and I need to get these threads out of the way. They bother me just by being present. All right, so wait, let me check my door, making sure it's not Amazon. Y'all know they come weird hours. Okay. I heard something outside the door. Oh no, it's still open. I can't believe it's still light outside. God, I need something to snack on. All right, here we go. So this time I'm making sure that I double this. All right, so now I'm gonna come back in. I need to make this needle, and we're gonna use our doll making needle. These come in a pack of 3. So if you look at your sewing stuff, like I said, you can get them at Walmart, Hobby Lobby. I think they have them at Michael's also. Okay, there we go. And I definitely had to have this doubled to make sure it doesn't rip or tear like it did a few moments ago on the last girl. Okay. Darling, give me your head. Okay. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to come into her head right up here to the very top. Right about there. And just bring it out right here. Okay. And now that it's coming out, now I'm going to run it in to right about down here, almost midway. Perfect. Nope, don't want to get the seam. Okay. Now I'm going to run it back up through right about there. Okay. And I'm going to pull. There we go, both sides. And while I'm pulling, I need to fix the place so that the head can go, the neck can go inside the head. Perfectly without leaving any. Okay. Now I have to lift this up so I can reach it in order to tie it. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to do a double knot. There we go. Get the head back in to clear a space. Let me see my stats. Okay, move some cotton around. There we go. Perfect. There we go. Oh yeah, good. Okay. So now I'm going to come in through to make sure this is knotted. You have to be careful. You do not want to poke yourself in the chest doing this. I've never done it yet, but that's the first time for everything. Okay, the head is fully attached. Cut it all the way down. There, we are going to put our gel glue in here. Perfect, done. All right, awesome. So there, her head is on. It's not coming off. So there. Now I'm going to take a break for my own sanity, what's left of it. Okay, and I will be back when I come back. We're going to be painting faces. Okay, put those needles away. All right, I can put that away. All right, I'm gonna get smaller scissors. I'm gonna get some of this straightened out. So, now I can show you, there's her neck, her head's nicely attached. So I'm going to prep all 3 of these girls for their faces. So when I come back, we will be painting faces tonight. How about that? Okay, let me pull this over there. There we go. So that way you can see all 3 of these girls. She has the beautiful, elegant, straight arms. And we're going to give her a cute face. We're going to give all 3 of them a cute face. Their faces, because they're hand painted, they will have similarities and they will look very different at the same time. And this one has arms that are bendable. And I'm looking forward to coming back on and with all three of these girls. So we will be back in a few. Give me about half an hour or so. And we will come back and we will give these girls a face. So I'm going to clean off my table, prepare my plate because I'm using fabric markers, fabric pens, and I'm also using acrylic paints and things like that. So we're going to get these girls, make them come to life. You can see I've already done body blushing on this one, and I will continue to do so. Also going to paint their shoes. So that's that. Thank you for joining me this evening, and I will see you a little bit later tonight. So do hit subscribe, notification buttons, and I will see you momentarily. Okay, so as you can see, the girls are resting. I got to re-prep my table with a plate, so styrofoam plate, acrylic paint, sealers, all the good stuff. All right, so we'll be back painting. Oh, I gotta end the live.